Hey, and good day, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Jay La Chef. That's me. Check the hat. Today we're going to be making Magnolia's banana pudding. So good. So it's fairly easy to make your banana pudding taste like Magnolia's. All you need are these 5 ingredients here. So we have some whipping cream, some organic bananas, Jello's banana pudding mix, some condensed milk, and last and certainly not least is the vanilla wafers. A lot of people like to put different alternatives to the cookies, which is fine because I do like the jasmine cookies from Pepperidge Farm, but that's not how Magnolia's Bakery make theirs. So if you're interested or love Magnolia's, or if you've never had and heard of it, follow me today with these quick, easy ingredients to learn how to make Magnolia's Bakery bananas pudding today. So a lot of people like to ask, how do you layer it? Is there a right way to layer your banana pudding? To be honest, yes and no. You don't want to start with the banana pudding on the bottom. That wouldn't make sense for any kind of pie or any kind of casserole, whether it's dessert or not. So for me, I like to start with the vanilla wafers on the bottom or any cookie type on the bottom. And then I throw the bananas on top so that my cookies at the bottom are not soggy once the pudding hits it. So after we have the vanilla wafers and the bananas, then I go ahead and add the pudding and then relayer it all over again until it reaches the max of your ingredients. So at the end, do not forget to leave some leftover crumbs of your cookies so that you have some nice crumble on top. There are also different ways that you can prepare your pudding. On the box, it advises boiling the milks with the pudding mix. I usually don't like to do mine that way. I like to put mine in a mixing bowl, mix it with the milks, then place it in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 hours or so. So we're going to go ahead and get our mixing tools out. Got a little mixing to do. So we're going to use 1.5 cups of water. We're going to use all 14 ounces of this can of sweet condensed milk and 3 cups of heavy cream. So let's get the mixing. Okay, so these are the bowls that I'm going to be using for the mixing. So this is my 1.5 cup of water. These are the contents of the small box of Jello pudding. So empty out your contents. Put it all out. I'm going to follow the instructions properly so that you don't have any issues with the taste later. Now we're going to go ahead and add that 1.5 cup of water. And let me go ahead and grab my mixing spatula. Okay, so you want to mix it nice and evenly. Right away, you'll notice that it's banana flavor because once you pour that water in, it's going to turn banana yellow, dandelion yellow, mellow yellow. Smells so good already. So I always like to add my ingredients in separately. So I did the water and the powder. Let's mix those together before I go ahead and add my 3 cups of whipping cream. And guys, anything liquidy, just go ahead and give it a good shake so that you know it's well mixed. Let's get that first cup of whipping cream inside. I'm using my 1 cup measuring cups. 2 and 3. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue mixing. gentle. That way you don't lose any of your ingredients to the countertop. Mix it good, mix it good. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. I'm gonna put a timer for 4 hours and just check on it at 3.5 hours. Make sure it's mixed very, very, very well. Right now, I can still feel some little sprinkles of the powder. So, and I've been stirring this for at least 4 minutes so far. So just make sure it's really stirred. Don't worry about making a mess on your clothing or your aprons. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Don't forget to scrape the edges of your bowl. Especially me, because I'm using traditional household products. This is not an accurate mixing bowl. So it's squared. And, you know, for easier, quicker results, you might want to use a circular mixing bowl. That way nothing is stuck in the corners. So for me, I'm just going to whip this a little longer. So I'm gonna start cleaning up as I go. That's what I usually do when I'm in the kitchen, especially when you're cooking meals for your family. You're cooking multiple things at once. You have your carb, you have your veggie, you have your protein, and sometimes even your dessert and wine. You do those all as separate steps. Each of those things take different lengths of preparation and such. So, but whatever I'm doing, I like to clean up along the way. So that way, when it's time to eat, my family don't have to complain too much of cleaning up after me. And then I'm always finding myself going in after them to clean up after them. So let's just give myself less work and clean up along the way. So guys, just make sure you whip, whip, whip until it's very stiff like, and then it's good texture, very, very thick. There are other ways to mix this, but this is how I mix mine. Doesn't matter. It's all going to be blended all together at the end of the day. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. So as a reminder, I have my sweet condensed milk in here. And in here, I have my heavy whipping cream, water, and powder of the banana pudding mixed from Jell-O. Whoops, making a mess. All right, so I'm filling it out in the bottom of the bowl. There's no more grainy feelings in there, so that lets me know that it's very well mixed. It's nice and thick. Gonna be even more thicker once I mix it with this condensed milk. Stick that in here. Get it all out. Make sure there's no lumps and bumps in there. Those are balls of powder. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. All right, so I'm not gonna use my hand to mix this, but I will start off a little, just blending it together. I'm gonna go ahead and use my powerful mixer. And let me go connect this. Okay, so I went ahead and plugged this bad boy up. Always remember to make sure it's on 0 before you go touching around down here. That's the speed. And so I'm gonna unlock it to the lift, place it here into the bowl, click on utensils. So some of these come with different pieces. Oops. So today I'm using the half rubber, half metal piece. Make sure it's on good. It doesn't fall. Now click it back down. Be sure to lock it. Switch that. Okay, so now to begin, let's just go ahead and change that speed level from 0. Crank it up. I like to start off easily. Oh yeah, guys, and make sure if you're using a mixer that's not handheld, make sure you do secure it on your bowl. That's tight. So right now I have it on 2.5. I'm gonna crank it to 4. All right, 4 is a little bit too heavy, guys. Let's do 3. So while that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my counters. So you want to use your spatula to get the rest out. That, let's not leave any behind. All right. Hard, and just gonna go ahead and cover it and put this in the refrigerator. Now let's wait 3 to 4 hours before we go ahead and check on that. Hopefully it's nice and thick. That's what we're aiming for. So catch you in a bit. All right, guys, so it's been over 4 hours and our pudding is ready. Boy, was that a long 4 hours. I checked on it at 3 hours. Wasn't quite ready. Checked at 3.5. Wasn't quite ready. 4, and it's ready just like that. So I recommend 4 hours for this recipe. Okay, so this is what your pudding should look like. Nice, solid, and thick little jiggle to it. I'm gonna give it a little taste. That is some good stuff. Okay. So anyway, instead of packing this in a Tupperware container, we're going to use these cute little glasses instead because, as I mentioned before, my husband and daughter are ready for this right now. And I have to be honest, I am too. So we're going to put them in here. Got 3 of them out for us. So now we're going to go ahead and get these banana sliced. Usually I use a butter knife, but right now I'm dangling a utility knife. Open. This plastic is so tight. Okay. Somebody snuck in my vanilla wafers. Really? Okay. Can't have anything around this kitchen. All right, so as I mentioned before, the first layer should always be the cookie so that it's nice and solid. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, a 5th one can fit here. Can the 6th one fit? I'm going to put 6 in here. All right. And my next layer is actually going to be bananas, so that way the cookies don't get too soggy too quickly. So get that out of there. I like to cut my bananas nice and medium in width. So let's get this little baby piece off first. Medium width. This is the perfect width right here. Not too slim, not too thick. Let's get those bad boys inside. The smallest one in the middle. And let's give a little moon-shaped one to fit inside a cup. All right, perfect. hands to feel so icky. I know I'm a chef and my hands are icky often in the kitchen, but I just don't like that feeling. Let's get this out of here. All right, let's get the scooping and the pooping. Yum, yum, yum. Now you get to determine the amount of thickness of your level of pudding that you're going to choose for your serving. So since we're doing individual servings, we're going to get a nice little hefty size going on there. Perfect. And now we're just going back to square one and just layering those vanilla wafers in there. So let's get those in. Okay. And we're just doing this whole thing all over again. And these are just so cute. New layer of bananas. Remember, bananas on top of the cookies. Especially if you prepare to pack this away for, you know, later on today. I do not recommend making this dessert over 8 hours because it takes about 8 hours for this to have your bananas turn brown. So once your banana is open, it's definitely going to start working on turning brown. So get this served right away, or plan to serve it sooner than later. But for me, usually I like to make a large batch, and sometimes I make it without the banana in them, and I add the bananas on top or add the bananas somewhere around my plate. So I'll pack it with just layering cookies with the pudding. Tastes the same ingredients. Can't go wrong with that. This is gonna be so good, guys. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Let's get some of this. A little more. This is a hefty size. I'm gonna give this to my husband. I'm just gonna center this one with a cute little banana on top, like this. And then don't forget to sprinkle little crumbs. You can crush this up any other way. Use a spoon. I don't want to get messy today, but typically to make some crunches, all you need to do is lay the spoon flat, press it down, throw it in. Don't feel like whipping out the parchment paper to go ahead and do that. So we're just going to keep it nice and simple here. There you go. All right, guys, so here are the finishing touches. Now, if you baked with me, yours should be tasting just as good as mine and just like Magnolia's Bakery. So won't keep you here too long because I know I'm ready to eat this now, and so it's my family. Got the 3 spoons ready. All right, and so I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Jayla Chef, and I hope to see you next time. But before you go, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you next time.